This is part 3 of the lye soap videos. Today I'm going to cut the soap. It's in the molds behind me. Yesterday, it's been about 26 hours since I poured it in the molds in section 2. What I want to do is I want to take a minute to explain to you the difference between the plastic molds and the wooden molds. The wooden mold, when you put the lid on there, it seems to set up a little quicker. It heats through a little faster. And the plastic mold seems to take a few hours longer. Normally when I put it in the wooden molds, I'll whip it into a stiffer custard, and it takes about 14 to 16 hours before it's cool. This one, it took about 22 hours before it really heated through good. And that's why it's taken a little bit over a day. I just wanted to share that with you. Every mold is going to be a little bit different. I've taken PVC pipes and filled them up to 4-inch sewer pipe, but it's just kind of tricky to get it out of them. But even it heats up differently, and it's kind of hard to wrap them with enough towels to insulate it. Anyway, let's take this out of the molds and let's cut it real fast, and you can take a look at it. I want to show it to you just before I do anything with it. It's kind of a pale cream color, not quite a pure white, and that's due to a dark colored antioxidant I stick in it to help prevent spots. I uncovered this about an hour or two ago to let some of the humidity evaporate off of it. Feels kind of dry to the touch now. It was a little sticky earlier, so still a little bit warm. On this particular setup, my table's level and I put a sheet of plywood over it. And sometimes it accumulates water on the top of it. I took this plywood here and I oiled it down. Just wiped it down with vegetable oil. And on the back side you can see a dark stain where the moisture come out of the soap. That's what they mean by seasoning a mold. When you get a wooden mold, the first 2 or 3 times you use it, it's kind of hard to release until it gets seasoned like that. Anyway, when you're using these, about an hour before you want to cut it, just take the lid off and let some of the moisture evaporate. You need to pull your cellophane off as well. Sometimes you may have to help the soap get started. Maybe slightly stuck. And if it starts coming out crooked, it gets bound up as well. I have a large box here that I used to throw the trimmings in as I shave them. I didn't clean my plane, I got to do that real fast. I really don't want to have any fragrance on that plane because it could contaminate my loaf, make somebody have a little sensitivity issue. After you've done this a few times, you get a lot faster at it. Sometimes it can really stick. I got a bunch of fragrance on this table, so I won't be stacking any soap on here until I get that new paper put down. I always trim this little burr off because it makes it easier. These little trimmings will end up being laundry soap over the next year. I usually sell these a little bit cheaper than the other beef tallow soap, just because it's a waste material. It's mainly labor to cut it and let it dry, is what I charge. See, the paper can be kind of fussy sometimes. I set this under a fan after I wiped it down with water, just to make sure it's getting dry. You can see I left a ripple on here. I'll just run this over a couple of times until that cleans it up. See the ripple? Left a small hole, and that's usually good enough. I think you get the general idea. I'm going to stop this, and then I'm going to finish trimming this one, and I'll get ready to cut it and start a fourth video. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next little short segment on actually using this soap cutter on these lye soap, because it's a lot stiffer than the other vegetable soaps.